Walk into any office parking lot on a Monday morning. Really look at it. Row after row of brand new vehicles, gleaming paint, chrome trim, not a scratch on them, a Ford Explorer here, a Toyota Camry XSE there, a Kia Telluride that still has that new car smell 3 months in. Now, here's the question nobody asks while walking past those cars. How many of the people who own these vehicles are one missed paycheck away from a crisis? The answer will genuinely shock you. According to Federal Reserve data, nearly 60% of Americans cannot cover a $1,000 emergency expense without borrowing money. Yet, those same Americans are making $600, $700, $900 monthly car payments without blinking. They are broke. And their car is the reason. Not the only reason, but the biggest reason. The one nobody talks about. The one that operates so quietly, so normally, so invisibly that most people go their entire working life without ever seeing it for what it is. There is a term I want to introduce you to today: the showroom slave. A showroom slave is someone whose car looks like success and functions like a prison. They drive something impressive. They make the payment on time. They get the compliments in the parking lot. And every single month, without exception, they transfer a piece of their financial future to a lender, a manufacturer, an insurance company, to everyone except themselves. By the end of this video, you will know exactly whether you are a showroom slave, and more importantly, you will know exactly how to escape. Let me give you a number that should genuinely disturb you. The average American will spend between $500,000 and $750,000 on vehicles over their lifetime. Not houses, not education, cars. Depreciating hunks of metal that lose 20% of their value the moment they leave the lot. $500,000, minimum. Now here is what makes that number truly devastating. That same money, the exact same dollars, redirected into a basic index fund averaging 8% annual returns grows to over $3.2 million by retirement. $3.2 million. Not because of genius, not because of luck, simply by refusing to play the car game the way the industry designed it to be played. Let me make this even more concrete. Walk through a completely normal, everyday car purchase with me. You buy a $44,000 SUV. Nothing outrageous. The kind of vehicle sitting in a million driveways right now. You put $4,000 down and finance the remaining $40,000 at 7.5% over 72 months, 6 years, because that's the only way the payment feels manageable. Monthly payment, $621. Insurance on a newer vehicle, $185 per month. Registration, averaged annually, $45 per month. Fuel 15,000 miles per year at current prices, $230 per month. Maintenance, tires, unexpected repairs, $90 per month. Total monthly cost of this one vehicle, $1,171. On a $68,000 salary, solidly middle class, your monthly take-home is roughly $4,200. This single car consumes 28% of everything you bring home. And after 72 months of payments, after writing checks totaling $44,712 plus your $4,000 down payment, your car is worth $13,000 on a good day. Net loss in actual wealth, $35,000. Opportunity cost of that $621. Monthly payment invested instead, $58,000. Total true cost of this one vehicle purchase, $93,000. For one car, over 6 years. On a vehicle that is now worth $13,000. That is not a car payment, that is a wealth extraction machine. And most people run it their entire adult lives. Now let me tell you about Daniel. Daniel is 34. He earns $82,000 a year as a project manager. By every external measure, Daniel looks like he has it together. Nice apartment, good job title, and a lease on a $52,000 BMW 3 Series that he absolutely cannot afford. Daniel knows he cannot afford it. He knew it when he signed the paperwork. But here's what Daniel told himself sitting in that finance office: I worked hard for this. I deserve it. And besides, it's good for my image at work. That sentence, I deserve it, is the most expensive sentence in the English language. And the automotive industry has spent billions of dollars engineering your psychology to make sure you think it as often as possible. Here's how they do it. The first mechanism is aspirational identity. Car commercials never show traffic. They never show the monthly bank statement. They show an empty mountain road at sunrise. They show someone who looks free, confident, and clearly successful stepping out of exactly the vehicle they're selling you. You don't buy the car, you buy the version of yourself that drives it. Daniel wasn't buying a BMW. Daniel was buying the version of himself that walks into conference rooms and gets taken seriously. The one who looks like he has already arrived. The car became a costume, a $52,000 costume with a $780 monthly lease payment. The second mechanism is social normalization. And this one is invisible because it operates through the people you trust most. Daniel's colleague just got a new Audi. His brother-in-law drives a loaded Tahoe. His LinkedIn feed shows former classmates posting photos with new car keys and wide smiles. The behavior gets normalized. The financial insanity becomes invisible. Everyone seems to be doing it. Everyone seems fine. What Daniel cannot see is the quiet panic behind those posts. The second job's taken to cover the payments. The retirement account sitting at zero. The emergency funds that never got started. The arguments about money happening behind closed doors. Social proof is a collective illusion maintained by shared silence. Nobody posts their car payment stress. The performance is curated. The reality is hidden. And then there's the third mechanism, the one that keeps the cycle spinning forever. Every 36 months, the new models arrive. The one you have suddenly looks dated. The dealer calls with an upgrade offer framed not as spending more money, but as a small monthly difference. You're already paying $621. The new model is only $74 more per month. $74 more per month sounds harmless, but $74 per month is $888 per year. Over the next loan term, that's $5,328 more in payments. In opportunity cost over a decade, it's closer to $14,000. But it feels like $74. This is the showroom slave cycle, and Daniel has been in it since he was 26. Every 3 to 4 years, a new vehicle. The negative equity from the old loan rolled into the new one. The hole getting deeper while the cars get newer. At 34, Daniel has been working for 12 years. His income has grown, his lifestyle looks good, his retirement account has $11,000 in it. $11,000. In 12 years. The cars ate the rest. Let me show you the fork in the road. Because this story has two versions and you get to choose which one is yours. Version 1, the showroom slave path. You are 27 years old. Every 5 years, you buy a new or near new vehicle with financing. Average monthly car payment across your working life, $580. Total transportation cost including insurance, fuel, and maintenance, $1,080 per month. You do this until you retire at 65. Total dollars spent on transportation across your career, over $497,000. Wealth built from those dollars, zero, because every dollar went to a lender, a manufacturer, or a fuel company. Version 2, the one decision that changes everything. Same person, same age, same income, one different decision. At 27, you buy a 4-year, old used Honda with cash. You set aside what would have been a car payment $580 per month and put it into an index fund instead. You keep buying used cars with cash, keeping total monthly transportation under $380. The difference between these two versions of your life? $700 per month. $700 per month invested at 8% returns for 38 years. At age 65, you have $1,620,000 that the showroom slave version of you does not have. Not from a side hustle. Not from crypto. Not from working harder or earning more. From the car sitting in your driveway. Both versions of you get to work. Both versions get to the grocery store. Both versions transport their children safely to school. The only difference is one of them arrives at retirement with $1.6 million in the bank, and the other arrives wondering how they will survive on Social Security. The car in the driveway did that, quietly, every single month, for 38 years. Here's the part nobody tells you: escaping this trap is not complicated. It just requires one thing that the industry has spent billions trying to eliminate: honesty. Step 1. Take the showroom slave test. For the next 30 days, every time you get into your car, ask yourself one question: am I driving this vehicle because I need it or because of how it makes me feel? Write down your answers. At the end of 30 days, read them back. If the honest answer is mostly emotional, if it's about how you look, how you feel, what other people think, you are not making a transportation decision. You are making an identity purchase. And identity purchases charged to your future are the most expensive things you will ever buy. Step 2, calculate your wealth destruction number. Add up your monthly car payment, insurance, fuel, and maintenance. Now subtract $380 from that total. That $380 is the rough monthly cost of reliable, practical transportation. Everything above that number is your monthly wealth destruction rate. Multiply it by 12. That's your annual wealth destruction. Compound it forward at 8% over your remaining working years. That number, that specific personal number, is what your current car is actually costing you. Not the sticker price, not the monthly payment. That number, write it down, put it somewhere you see it. Step 3, break the cycle, not the budget. You don't have to do anything dramatic today. You don't have to sell your car tomorrow. But when your current vehicle is paid off, do not upgrade. Keep making that exact same monthly payment. Except now, make it to yourself. Into an account, into an index fund. In 24 months, you have enough to buy a reliable used car with cash. From that moment forward, you never have another car payment. The $600 or $700 that was going to a lender every month, it starts compounding for you instead of against you. That's the entire strategy. No complexity, no sacrifice of real quality of life. Just redirecting money from a machine that makes you poorer to one that makes you wealthier. Let me bring it back to Daniel. Daniel is a fictional character, but Daniel is also sitting in millions of car seats across America right now, driving to a job he cannot leave because the payment requires it. Working years, he could have retired early because the lease demands it. The showroom slave doesn't wear chains you can see. He wears a clean car, a good job, a confident walk into the parking lot. But every month, on the same date, the statement arrives, and a piece of his future leaves his account forever. Here is the truth that the automotive industry, the dealerships, and the lenders do not want you to internalize. The most financially successful people I know drive cars that would surprise you. Used, practical, paid off, nothing to prove to anyone. Not because they cannot afford better, because they understand something that took most of them years to learn. Your car is not your identity. Your car is not your success. Your car is not proof of anything except how effectively the system convinced you to trade your future for a monthly payment. Real wealth does not sit in your driveway depreciating. Real wealth compounds quietly in the background, growing while you sleep, building a future that becomes more yours every single month. The showroom slave drives something that loses value every mile. The free person invests in things that gain it. Both of them started at the same place. Only one of them understood what they were actually choosing between. Now you do too. The question isn't whether you can afford the car. The question is whether you can afford to keep being a showroom slave. The answer, I hope, is one you'll carry with you the next time you walk into a dealership.